watching Monster Truck Attitude.
Welcome back to the track, Diecast Monster Truck Racing fans. Week 3 of the July season is about to get kicked off and underway, and quite frankly, Team 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 Motorsports has been a force to be reckoned with out here on the circuit. And Gary, we've got an awesome round 1 matchup coming up for all the great fans watching at home. Week 3 of the July season promises some major air and some super close racing.
Yes, Steve, week 3 of the July season, we're going to get started here tonight in round 1 with the return of Iron Man taking on Reptoid, and then USA 1 takes on Overcharge.
Some great matchups to get us started here tonight, but we cannot forget the defending champion. We're going to see the return of Braden Lunderville and the Fresh Prince out of 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 Motorsports, hoping to defend the championship flag with big-time success here tonight, keeping it within the team of 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 Motorsports. But getting us started here tonight inside of round 1, ladies and gentlemen, Declan Keller returns here tonight in Reptoid, now ready to go one-on-one with Liam Hallington and Iron Man. 2 upstarts in the MTA circuit. One of them's going into round 2. The other one's going on the trailer. The green light will drop down now. Week 3 of the July season. Side by side, some major air. And there you see it. We called it at the top of the show. These races were going to be fast and they were going to be close. Not sure who got the win here tonight inside of round 1. Gary, we got to go back and check out the replay.
Well, you said it best earlier. We were going to get some big-time air. These guys were pretty much even all the way down to that first jump. They got some big-time air. Watch them go over the final set of cars, and as you see it right there, Liam Hallington and Iron Man will come away round 1 as the winner.
Well, a great matchup to get us started here in week 3 of the July season. Nonetheless, Iron Man will move on in a round 2 competition. Who is he going to meet there? Because right now, another driver out of the 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 Motorsports race team, 𝐸 𝐵𝐿 in the all-new Overcharge. He made it to the final round showdown. He's trying to get back there again. He gets ready to take on the man that brought the championship flag into the July season, Jalen Buford in the USA 1 Chevrolet. Green light will go down. Overcharge got a big-time lead right out of the gate. USA 1 not giving up. He's coming back on the big end, Gary. What a matchup it was. I think Jalen Buford and USA 1 may have came from behind and got the win. I'm not sure what happened to Overcharge on the outside lane.
Well, I mean, going back and looking at the replay here, Steve, Overcharge had him dead to rights down that straightaway. It wasn't until they came over that jump and started getting in no man's land. USA 1 comes from behind, and he swipes away a victory here tonight from Overcharge.
Well, another close matchup here tonight in round 1. Jalen Buford out of the Renegades Motorsports race team, USA 1, defeats Overcharge here tonight as he got bobbled up over there on the outside lane. Next up here tonight, Gary, we're taking a look at the Monster Mania 5 champion. That's Aaron Church over there, Bakugan Dragonoid. He's now ready to take on 𝐬𝐿 in that Bad Fast Recreation. Who's going on into round 2? Here's the green light down the straightaway they go, side by side off the start. Recreation now with a slight lead on the inside lane, and over goes Dragonoid on the outside. What a matchup it was. Aaron Church and Dragonoid trying to make up the ground on the big end. Unable to do so, hits the side of the car stack, puts it on 2 wheels, and turns it over right here in front of the official booth, Gary.
Oh, yeah, I almost dropped my chicken sandwich here tonight, Steve. Right here in front of us is Dragonoid upside down. But you go back and look at the replay, Recreation with that slight lead. That was all they needed to get that truck across the finish line first. Obviously, Dragonoid turns it over right here in front of the official booth, and Recreation will move on.
Well, I'm a little more concerned about our safety up here in the booth, Gary, over your chicken sandwich. But nonetheless, we're moving right along inside of round 1. Javon Woodrow out of the Backyard Beast race team, now ready to go in the orange lane, getting ready to take on the captain of 𝐬𝐿𝐲 Motorsports, the newly founded team, Jimmy Cartwright and Alien number 2 on the inside. Here's the green light. A couple of team captains going to do battle. Velociraptor now, big time lead on Alien, but he makes up the ground over the big end of the track, and Alien number 2 will come back with a victory here tonight, Gary. I'm going to take over the replay action on this one because I want to go back and point something out. Right here off the line, both drivers make a great start. Velociraptor with a slight lead. Watch the outside lane. Velociraptor on the back 2 tires. That may have costed him a lead right there, Gary. Some major error out of both drivers. Unfortunately, Velociraptor crossed up in the no man's land section, and Alien number 2 bypassed him. Sweeps a win here tonight in round 1.
Well, a great job by Alien for a come-from-behind victory right now in round 1. But next up, we're taking a look at Captain's Curse going one-on-one with Monster Patrol, the pink and black attack.
Yeah, that's right. Kayla Parks in Monster Patrol has been bad fast all season long. She's taking on Louis Giovanise and Captain's Curse on the outside lane. Here's the green light now. Who's going to round 2? An even race so far. Down the straightaway, side by side, big time air. And Monster Patrol gets a little crossed up on the big end, but pulls out a win here tonight over Captain's Curse, Gary. What a matchup it was. And Kayla Parks and Monster Patrol will advance on in a round 2 competition here tonight over Captain's Curse. But moving right along, we're taking a look at Preston Hurd returning here tonight in Zombie. You see the aftermath of last week, a hard rollover for him Sam. He's going to be taking on 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜 in the VP Mad Scientist, who's been off to a rough start this July season. Hopefully he can turn it around here tonight. Here's the green light down the straightaway. Round 1 action still underway. VP Mad Scientist, slight lead on Zombie now, and it's a close one all the way down to the wire. Gary, I'm not sure who got this race here. We're going to have to go back and break down this replay.
Well, I may have to borrow your glasses here tonight, Steve, because that was way too close to call for me up here in the booth. These guys were side by side all the way down to the finish line. Let's take another look here.
Well, VP Mad Scientist with the slightest of leads up and over the first jump. Now watch him settle it down here. Gary, shoot out to the finish line. It's going to be close, and right there they stop it on the freeze frame. They are neck and neck at the line. Let's jump to the next frame, and it's going to be Preston Hurd and Zombie. Look at the tire sticking out like Lightning McQueen here tonight in the end zone. What a matchup it is, and Zombie will come away with a victory over the VP Mad Scientist in probably the closest race of the entire season thus far. What a matchup it was, but we're moving right along nonetheless. Backdraft is back here tonight. Mike Council behind the wheel, longtime MTA veteran. He's going to be taking on new kid on the block, Bennett Cartwright, been out here for about a year now. All new 88 Mike on the inside. The green light drops down. 88 Mike with a big time lead now, up and over the first jump, and it's all 88 Mike here tonight in round 1. Gary, that kid is bad fast out of Whole Shot Motorsports. They got a brand new truck for him, and it's working well all season long.
Yeah, most definitely. But right now we're taking a look at the final round here, Steve, of round 1. The champion, Fresh Prince, Braden Lunderville behind the wheel, ready to defend the championship flag. He's getting ready to go one-on-one with Monster Mutt Rot.
The Backyard Beast and Whole Shot Motorsports. The green light drops down now. Flags on the line. Fresh Prince with a slight lead on the outside lane. Here comes Caden Wilson down the inside. And it looks like he got it here tonight, Gary. He may have just dethroned the champion in round 1. Fresh Prince got a little crossed up over that final set of cars. We're going to go back and break down the replay. Fresh Prince got him off the line. Good lead down that straightaway. Here comes Monster Mutt Rot now coming up on the big end of the track. Huge air out of both drivers. They settle it down here. Fresh Prince crosses up, and Monster Mutt will dethrone the champion here tonight in round 1. So we will crown an all-new champion here tonight, Gary. What an insane matchup it was. Whole Shot Motorsports is getting called out here this week. They've had enough of it. They've been dominating all season, and the guys are starting to take notice.
Well, we can't forget they still have Alien and 88 Mike in competition here tonight, Steve, so it's still anybody's ball game. We got round 2 action coming up after the break.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Thursday Night Thunder. Week 3 of the July season is still underway. So far, we are now inside of round 2 action. And Gary, we have had some bad, fast, and close racing all night long. Here's how round 2 action is going to be breaking down. Iron Man to take on USA 1. Then the return of Recreation taking on Alien. Other side of your bracket, we're taking a look at Monster Patrol returning to take on none other than the beat-up Zombie. And then closing out round 2 action, 88 Mike returns to take on Monster Mutt Rot. A Backyard Beast taking on Whole Shot Motorsports Throwdown to close out round 2. But Gary, right now at the line, Iron Man Liam Howington still chomping away, trying to get a second Thunder Championship. He's ready to go on the outside lane. He takes on the USA 1 machine. He came into the July season as champion. He's trying to get it back here tonight. Jalen Buford out of the Renegades Motorsports race team. Here's the green light in round 2 to get us started. Iron Man with a slight lead now down the straightaway. USA 1 making up some big time ground. They make contact going over the final set of cars here tonight, Gary. I believe USA 1 did get the win over the Iron Man. We're going to go back and check out the replay.
Yeah, great matchup to get us started here tonight in round 2. Off the line, Iron Man does have a slight lead on USA 1, but as they come up and over the first jump, again, the big air here tonight, USA 1 starts to make up the ground on the big end. They make contact towards the shutdown area, and USA 1 is your winner.
Well, a phenomenal job by our production team here tonight, getting us that nice shot of the photo finish. USA 1, Jalen Buford moves on in the semifinal action here tonight over Iron Man. But next up, we're taking a look at Jim Cartwright and Alien number 2. He's had some trouble getting that truck dialed in, a brand new piece of equipment. Hopefully he can get it right here tonight and go to semis. But he takes on 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 and Recreation, new kid on the block, hoping to make a big impact in round 2. The green light's going to go down now. Alien and Recreation now down the straightaway. Alien with a slight lead, but Recreation trying to make up the ground on the big end. Another close matchup here tonight in round 2, Gary. Way too close to call up here in the booth. I do believe that Recreation may have had a slight edge going up and over that finish line.
Yeah, I do too, but looking back at the replay, Jim Cartwright and Alien had that slight lead right out of the gate, but 𝐃𝐨𝐽 and Recreation make up the ground really quickly as they downside right here, shoot out to the finish line, and Recreation will pull out the upset, put Alien on the trailer.
Yeah, these races have been incredibly close all night, Gary, and that's what the fans love to see. They love some good old-fashioned side-by-side, super close racing, and we're giving it to them right here on Thursday Night Thunder, Week 3 of the July season. But in the event, we're moving along inside of Round 2 action. We're going to be taking a look at Preston Hurt and Zombie. There you see him, the body beat up from last week, trying to get a win out here tonight, probably pay for some damages. He's taking on Kayla Parks in the pink and black attack. Monster Patrol ready to go on the inside lane. One of them moves on into semifinal action. Here's the green light now, down the straightaway they go. Monster Patrol with a slight lead on this inside lane now. Oh, Zombie's in trouble. What a matchup it was, as it looks like Monster Patrol will come away with a smooth victory, and Preston Hurt and Zombie upside down once again. We're going to go back and take a look
from here, Steve. Looking back at the replay, Zombie and Monster Patrol absolutely throwing down in round 1. Watch as they go up and over the first jump. Zombie now, the rear tires hit the downside of the ramp. It kicked him off to the side. He tried to correct the truck and dumped it on its lid. Monster Patrol is your winner.
Well, you're absolutely right. And Gary, unfortunately, if you ever cut me off like that again while I'm making a call on this show, you are going to find yourself in the unemployment line. But in the event, we're back, and right now you see Zombie getting turned back over. A lot of damage done to that truck previously last week, and as you see, it continues here in round 2 competition. They're going to be on the trailer. Kayla Parks and Monster Patrol move on into semifinal competition. But right now, Gary, I didn't mean to throw you out there like that, but you did cut me off mid-show. We're taking a look at Caden Wilson in the Backyard Beast race team. Monster Mutt Rot ready to go. He's taking on Bennett Cartwright, 88 Mike at a Whole Shot Motorsports, a teammate rivalry here. Who moves on into semifinal action? Green light will go down now to close out round 2 action. Side by side now, 88 Mike with a slight lead on the inside and gets a nice slap wheelie coming down through no man's land. But you got to watch. You want to keep the power down to the ground. But nonetheless, 88 Mike is your winner here tonight to close out round 2 action. And ladies and gentlemen, a lot more great racing still to come. Week 3 of the July season. Semifinal action coming at you, and only one truck from Whole Shot Motorsports. It's been previously 2 or 3, and right now USA 1 to take on Recreation to get us started. Then Monster Patrol to take on 88 Mike, who's already won out here this July season.
Yeah, and 𝐬𝐿 and Recreation has been bad fast all night long here tonight, but we're also taking a look at the man who came into the July season as champion, Jalen Buford in the USA 1.
That's right, he's on a mission to get that flag back, but 𝐬𝐿 would love to get a first-time championship win. Here's the green light down the straightaway they go. We're got a good matchup here. Some sick air and a boat truck shootout to the finish line. And USA 1, Jalen Buford will go to the final round showdown, representing the Renegades Motorsports race team. USA 1 is on one here tonight, Gary.
It was a great race all the way down to the very end here tonight, Steve, but you're right, Jalen Buford in USA 1 was on a mission. He finally puts the bow tie camp back in the final round. Give it up for 𝐬𝐿, however. Recreation was on a rail here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. 𝐬𝐿, a phenomenal job here in Week 3 of the July season, coming up just short over USA 1. But now we're going to find out who USA 1 meets in the final round showdown. I'm sure the fans are loving for Monster Patrol to be in there just to upset Whole Shot Motorsports, who's coming here with a big head of steam. 88 Mike and Bennett Cartwright ready to go on the outside. Green light will drop down side by side they go. 88 Mike now with a big time lead up and over the jump. Now he spins out in Monster Patrol. Gary, what an upset here tonight in semifinal action. Monster Patrol will upset 88 Mike.
Yeah, I honestly can't believe what I just saw here tonight, Steve. I didn't mean to cut you off again, but I got to break this down. 88 Mike had a lead down that straightaway, keeping up on the big end of the track. He goes up and over the jump right there in no man's land, something he has not done all season. He lost it and spins the truck out. Kayla Parks and Monster Patrol zips on by, taking him a win. She's on into the final round showdown.
And that will seal the deal. Week 3 of the July season. No Whole Shot Motorsports in the finals. However, we do got Monster Patrol USA 1. The finals are next. Well, after a season dominated by a specific team, we're getting a fresh breath of air right here tonight in the finals with USA 1, the Renegades ready to go on the outside to take on Kayla Parks in the pink and black Monster Patrol. One of them's going on to become champion Week 3 of the July season. Ladies and gentlemen, USA 1, Monster Patrol, it's showtime here tonight on Thunder down the straightaway. USA 1 with the lead. Here comes Monster Patrol now on the inside. What a matchup it is here tonight, Gary. A great final round. Race too close to call up here in the booth as USA 1 and Monster Patrol were absolutely throwing it down.
You are 100% right, Steve. Here tonight, a final round showdown worth the price of admission. USA won with a slight lead down the straightaway, but Caleb Parks and the Monster Patrol not giving up as they go up and over the jump. Shootout now over the final cars, and it's going to be Monster Patrol taking home a win for the first time in her MTA career.
Just an incredible job by both of our finalists here tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in her MTA career, give it up for your winner here tonight. Week 3 of the July season, Caleb Parks, Monster Patrol. And what more could you possibly say about tonight's events, ladies and gentlemen? We had major air, only one crash. It's some epic close racing all night long. It doesn't get much better than that. Thank you once again for joining us week 3 of the July season here on Thursday Night Thunder. For Gary Armstrong, I'm Steve Jones. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to crush that subscribe button, and we'll catch you down the road.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Truck attitude.